Ain't your mama's racing stream.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
All right, race fans, this is the Vigilante Racing Network live from virtual Las Vegas, Nevada for the House Always Wins 200. This is race 2 of the round of 8, and it's a cutoff race before we drop the playoff field down to the championship 4 drivers. This is also the third race of 6 to determine our VRL contender champion, and the leader of that contest changed this week to the number 6 machine of Trevor Robertson after he had crushed the competition at the Charlotte Roval. My name is Alan Vaughn, along with Ricky Wittenberg in the booth here tonight, and we will be bringing you all of the excitement and racing action. But we're going to get you started with some session details to start with, which is really to say we're going to talk to you about the championship points. So you can see this top 8 that remain. This is pretty tight, and it's going to be interesting tonight to see how this all works out, because you only have like 40 or so points between 1st and 8th, so anybody can make it in, especially if they go out and win this race. But in particular, between 3rd and 8th position, kind of in the bubble area, there's only 19 points. And if you kind of chop that down just a little bit more, between 3rd and 7th, there's only 6 points between those drivers. That's why I mentioned this is going to be super interesting tonight to see how all this turns out. And they're going to be running 133 laps here tonight, 200 miles. That's a 65% fuel load. They only have 4 additional sets of tires across the wall, and their fuel window is about 30 to 32 laps. There are no fast repairs, so these guys got what they have. They damaged their truck, and they have to live with it. And the incident limit is capped at 25 and 6, and we do have an opportunity for overtime, 1 green-white checker, should we need it. So let's get you into some weather here. As soon as this pops up appropriately, here we go. So tonight we have an air temp of 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The track temp is not much warmer. It's at 81 degrees. That'll probably go up a little bit during the race. Humidity is pretty low, 18%. We have a decent breeze, 11 miles per hour out of the south-southwest, and we are under partly cloudy skies. Tonight we do have a few penalties to mention, so 2 of which are championship contenders. So the 14 machine of Dustin Eaton, 53 of Jeremiah Burke, and the 89 of Craig Goodenough. 14 and 89 both being in the playoff chase right now, going after that championship. So they're going to have a little bit of road to make up there. And we have 10 onboard cameras tonight, which we'll get to just in a little bit. But before that, we do have a segment tonight. We're going to go over one of our spotlight drivers. But before that, Ricky, what are your thoughts on tonight's race? What can we expect to see here in Vegas? No, I agree. It's going to be, and it's almost like a drafting track, but we're going to get Anthony Williams, the number 5 machine, up here and talk to him a little bit. We like to spotlight our drivers here in this league, and Lori put him on deck this week as the spotlight driver. And before we run out of time here, let's get a word with him. So, hey, Anthony, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. Do you got us? Hey, man, welcome. Lori selected you as the spotlight driver, and I want to go over some stuff here. I mean, this is our 4th installment of the Spotlight Driver Series, and tonight, we're turning it to you as what I would say is probably one of the VRL's most underrated competitors. In a league where chaos reigns, podiums are hard to get. It's always the stats that don't tell the full story, and it's the mindset, the grind, and refusal to back down. So this week, as we highlight your competition here in this league, you've logged 35 races across 3 seasons with VRL. You're still chasing the first elusive win, but the numbers reveal a driver who's learning and adapting and gaining ground in every lap. With a net gain of 2-point average of plus 2.2 per race, you consistently outperform your starting grid spot. With racecraft, you're always tactical and resilient. So, the strength lies in your ability to stay, in the fight across, nearly 15,000 corners you've run with us and 5,000 miles. It's pretty amazing, actually. And you've kept the incident free for the most part. Impressively, you have a low average of 0.04 per mile, and racked up over 896 total passes, 93 of those being quality overtakes. Proof that, when the moment calls for it, you don't hesitate to make that move. But, in this league, like I said, I think you're one of the most underrated drivers, but we're going to have you talk a little bit here. I'm going to start off the questioning with Ricky. Go ahead, Ricky. Well, hey man, so you've logged 35 races with us in total, probably 36 as of tonight. You know, what's one race or moment that stands out to you? Yeah, for sure. So hold on one second. They're telling me that there's a problem with the volume for some reason, and they're not hearing you. I'm gonna double check something here. Sorry for this. It's always these gremlins that get us. I think I know what it is. So hold on one second. I'm gonna hit this this update. If I lose you for 1 second, don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back, guys. Can you hear me? Ricky, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, looks like we got it corrected. We can hear you now. So, yeah, the last question that I asked you was about, you know, the races and everything. And so is there a story behind the car number or the scheme that you run?
Not really. I started running number 5. That's just, I don't know. There ain't really no story between the number 5. As far as the paint job, George Rincon, he kind of hooks me up on the paints, you know, and I just told him, you know, man, I'll just, you know, when you make me something, we just come up with something just kind of opposite of what he has, and there's no story between any of it, you know.
Dang, you're fast.
Okay, so what's something about you that the league doesn't know, but something you could share, safe for work type stuff?
I ran for work type stuff. That's kind of why I missed a few races this year. I'm a supervisor for a trucking company here in Oklahoma City, and we run dump trucks. And so this, you know, when the weather's nice, I'm pretty busy. I miss a few races. You know, once the weather slows down and kind of get into fall and winter, I'll be able to make a lot more races. It's kind of one of them deals.
Well, hey, man, we do appreciate it. I'm sorry for the little bit of audio glitch we had there. It was an update that was coming in, of course, right at the right moment. But hey, man, we're glad to have you here in this league, and we hope you stick around for a long time. And thanks for doing this interview. I know you're about to do qualifying.
No, I appreciate it, man. I feel very fortunate to race with you guys, and like I said, I look forward to it every week. You guys do such a good job on the broadcast and running this league, and yeah, I'll be here for a long time. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, buddy. Thank you. All right, that was Mr. Anthony Williams, the number 5 truck. And again, folks, audio gremlins is the one thing it seems to get us whenever this different software updates. And it's sure enough, the Discord software started updating tonight, and I didn't have anybody coming through that. So, but hey, Anthony Williams, I mean, I got the information out there. You guys heard what I said about him. Underrated driver, incredible competitor, clean competitor here in this league. Looking forward to having him for a very long time, Ricky.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy to have on the track. I know when I was racing around him, there's always guys that you feel comfortable around, and some that you may be a little more sketchy around. And he was never a guy that I worried about being side by side with. And I think that can about say more than anything else.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, I had that gremlin jump up on us again, but we got it figured out pretty quick there. As you see, they're starting to line up to do their qualifying runs here.
I will need you to share the screen again, just as an insider thing there.
Yeah, there we go. It's updated. There we go. See, we got right now on track, we have number 4 machine of Deion Jones going out to make his run. A new paint scheme for him tonight, the monster machine. And we'll just put this on. A little better cameras. John Gallagher's out doing his run now. We got nobody on the board yet, folks. This is really tight for this championship bubble, Ricky. I mean, We're talking 6 points in between third and seventh. That's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's next to nothing. So, and with all these guys so close, that's what I said. I think it's going to have to ramp the aggression up because you gotta get it tonight or you're done. So, there's 4 guys going home and they've all got to bring it.
Yeah, this is incredible. It's gotten this close coming down to it. And then we're going to have 3 races after tonight, folks, to determine our champion. So the 4 drivers who come out on top tonight will be our championship 4, and they're going to be reset again, their points, and they're going to adding in their points they earned throughout the season as far as the playoff points are concerned. And they're going to go after it. And whoever comes out on top with the most points after 3 races will be the VRL Cup champion. Now, additionally, I want to kind of mention we got a new leader in the contender chase, which is now Trevor Robertson, having really, he put on a clinic last week at the Roval.
Yeah, he definitely put on the good old-fashioned butt kicking at the Roval. Looked like SVG out there really took it to him last week, and Trevor's good pretty much everywhere, so he could come back-to-back tonight.
I would not be shocked to see that at all. He is fast everywhere we go. He probably would have made, he had a couple races I think he missed. He would have probably made it into the championship 12 when we began the playoffs. But hey, he's going to go out there and win that chase trophy. You got Dustin Wade, who is in the mix with him there. Super close, was last week's leader until Trevor went out and won that race. So don't think he is out of it yet either. We got a few people who could still get in there and steal your cookie bag. As I'm looking at it right now, you got Trevor's right now in first, 10 points back. Dustin Wade is only 10 points back behind him. And then you got Greg Klein there sitting in third so far with Jeremiah Burke in fourth. So it's very tight. There's only about 25 or so points between them, the top 4 there. And like I said, only 10 between first and second.
I love it, Dion.
Yeah, taking a look and see. We got a few people on the board. Here we go. We'll just watch qualifying here for a second, folks.
I think one thing we need to mention, Craig Goodenough is 4th in the points after having a couple of bad races, and he looked like he was maybe the guy to beat for the championship possibly, and he may not even make it round. 1 point ahead of his teammate Player, and his other teammate Eaton is only 4 points behind. So Team Tang is going to have their own internal battle here tonight.
Yeah, it'll be something that comes down to teammates trying to beat and bang to that finish line or that last maybe transfer spot.
And George Rincon in 7th is only 5 points behind 4th. So like you said, 4th, 3rd to 7th. Chris Goins is only 1 point up on Goodenough. So really 3rd to 7th is probably it. Roney could maybe pull off a Hail Mary win or something to jump up, but it looks like it's going to be between those 5 drivers.
Yeah, for sure. You notice in the just while I'm mentioning it and thinking about it, the scoring tower you see there, folks, you see some drivers that are listed in red, and then you got Trevor Robertson in yellow. He's in yellow because he's the current contender chase leader, and then the other drivers you see in red are our current 8 drivers who are in the playoffs. That way you can kind of see where the battles are as we progress through this race tonight.
Lucky I missed my second lap, Mayberry.
All right.
Whatever, man. I'll got you dinner, man. Come on, bet me dinner.
Now, we talked to Anthony Williams there. We may give him some good luck. He's currently 4th on the board, right behind Dustin Wade, Pope, and Trevor Robertson.
Yeah, he did a great job in his qualifying session here. All right. I got other updates coming in here, Ricky. That's what's kind of like got me distracted here for a second. What is it? Tuesday or Wednesday night is the update night or something? I don't understand this.
I don't know. While you're catching that, if you want me to, I can go ahead and go over the starting grid here. We're sitting on front stretch.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
We got Tim Pope on the pole with a 30.28. Trevor Robertson, ain't dead yet teammate, 30.319 starting second. He's battling Dustin Wade in the Contender Cup there, and Wade starts third. Anthony Williams fourth, Scott Milner fifth, Jonathan Osborne is going to start sixth, Andrew Player in seventh, John McAdam eighth, Kelly Kill starting ninth, Dylan Bryant will round out your top 10. Dave Mayberry starting 11th, Albert Anderson 12th, Tom Barish 13th. We've got Chris Goins 14th, Greg Klein in 15th, Jack Dixon 16th, John Gallagher 17th, George Rincon 18th, Andrew Cawthon in 19th, Greg Dobson in 20th. 21st will be Mike Everidge, John Schoenbachler in 22nd, Scott Roney 23rd, Sean McDonald 24th, Kyle Vaught 25th, Deion Jones in 26th, and then the guys that did not qualify, Craig Goodenough, Stoney Benfield, Mike Adamson, Dustin Eaton, and Kevin Hunt rounds out the 31 truck field. And just for continuity's sake here, from second with Trevor Robertson ran a 30.31 all the way to 18th. George Rincon, they were all in the threes. That's how tight this field is.
Yeah, this is an incredible track to race at. I mean, it's a lot of fun, but it also can be stressful because, like I mentioned, to me, it races kind of like a super speedway in that, you know, the draft is really a big deal here. It's hard to get away from other trucks. And it's hard to save your tires early here as well, because if you do, you're going to be bleeding spots.
Yeah, and I don't love drafting tracks, but if you're going to have one where it's kind of a draft, this is almost a hybrid where you've still got to save tires a little. Yeah, they will go away, but you can draft. So it's kind of the best of both worlds if you like that.
Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of fun, but it can be nerve-wracking too. As you see these trucks coming around, turns 3 and 4, you're going to see that pace truck duck off and hand over start of the race to the flagman. First time to be the flagman. After that, it's going to be on the leader. But for this first start here, it's going to be on the flagman. And we are underway, folks. Green, green, green. Like the 7's getting a whale of a start there on the bottom. Not so much now. Just got outside line's going to catch up just a little bit there with the help of Dustin Wade in the 68 machine.
Sorry.
Clean start so far. Hopefully keep it that way. 6 and the 68 really tight there. Checking this like everything's working properly. I'm also going to double check YouTube. Hold on one second. All right, seems like everything's working, Ricky. It's good on your end?
Seems to be good on my end right now, so we'll just keep our fingers crossed.
All right, so good start here, folks. 10 folks out there. Not too much of a lead right now. The battle for second is on between that 68 machine of Wade and Robertson, and the 6 machine, rather. The one thing you don't want to do is give up too much ground in these beginning laps, but you kind of like Jekyll and Hyde. You're trying to save your tires a little bit, but if you don't use them, you're going to go backwards.
Yeah, it's playing a game with the tires and heat management in the tires just to try to make sure that you don't cook them. I saw Dylan Bryant blink a little bit. I'm sure that's going to get his attention if that keeps happening. You don't want to be up there in the points in a cutoff race, which he may be okay anyway, but I still wouldn't want to blink out on lap 3.
No, not at all. As you see, like second place has been settled just for the moment. 68's in front of the 6 machine. Super tight right here, though. These 3 looking to try and break away. As you see, the battle is on for 4th position with the 5 of Anthony Williams we talked to a little earlier and the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. Anthony's racing out of Blanchard, Oklahoma. Like he's got the spot for now. It's 47, and John McAdam trying to follow him through.
See, people don't realize that new iRacing feature where we can give the spotlight driver 10 extra horsepower for the race.
Yeah, that's an in-review boost. He's up there getting it done. It's very tight rather up here at the front. You're not running away with this one, doesn't seem. I mean, we'd have to have a very long run, and you'd have to be able to, and Tim Pope is certainly able to do this, save enough tire to be able to drive away from these guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at the spread of the pack, Alan, and if I was out there and I wasn't up at the very front in this dogfight, I'd probably want to be about where George Rancon and Greg Dobson, Kyle Vaught is, back there 17th, 18th, 19th. They're within touch, but they're not in danger.
Yeah, let's go back here actually, and we'll take a look. Mike Evers is way back here.
Yeah, something happened on the first lap. I don't know exactly what it was, but there was an incident.
They got Mike back here. He's running 31st. Something must have happened. His truck looks okay though. He is down 10 positions from where he began the race, so here's hoping he gets back up in there. Not being that draft is not going to help him. Let's take a look at the track map right now. You see how far. He's the 31 you see on your screen, outlined in green. And he's going to probably go a lap down here, unfortunately, because he is not with that draft. As I mentioned, it's a 1.5 mile track, but it is highly draft dependent, really.
Yeah, and eventually it will catch up with him, but as tight as they are up front, it may be a blessing in disguise. If they wad him up and crash 7 or 8 of them, he'll get right back up to the back of the pack, and he'll avoid the wreck too.
Yep. And we're taking a look at Mike Adamson here in the 88 machine out of Sanford, Florida. He's racing in 30th position, down one spot from where he began. I didn't call Mike off to have a penalty night, though. I was surprised he qualified that far to the rear.
He did not qualify, so I'm not sure if it was by choice or
something happened. Yeah,
or what happened. Yeah, something may happen, but he did not post the time.
Looks like he might be playing a little bit safe here, not wanting to get up there and mix it up yet, thinking they're going to wad it up like you mentioned. We'll move forward here to Kevin Hunt out of Danville, Virginia, in that 434 machine, running in 29th, about 2 spots up from where he began. Forward of him, you got Stoney Benfield in 28th position out of Albemarle, North Carolina, right where he started, 28. He did have a penalty night, so that's why he started that far back. Deion Jones is running 27th, down 1 spot in that 4 machine. Then you got Sean McDonald in 23 out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Probably not pronouncing that right. One of 3 Canadian drivers, our brothers to the north there, racing with us. He's right now in 26th. Andrew Cawthon out of Bartow, Florida, in the 10 machine, 25th position. Right now, Andrew's down 6 spots, so he had a little bit of he's moving in the wrong direction right now. We'll see if he's able to recover from that. Scott Roney right there in the 023 machine, a playoff driver, running in the 24th position. He's going to want to he's actually 8th in points coming into this race. He's going to want to move forward here. Salt Lake City's own Scott Roney there. He want to have a chance to be able to get past this round. But he's right behind another contender for the championship, and that is Dustin Eaton. He's up 7 spots. Dustin did start with a penalty tonight, so that's why he's so deep in the field, but he's headed in the correct direction. Along with the 89 of Craig Goodenough, they got these 3 playoff drivers right together, 2 of which started in the back only because of a penalty. Craig's up 5 spots so far in 22nd. The Tom Barish in that Hardy's machine, throwback machine for Kelly Yarborough, running in 21st position. Just behind Kyle Vaught in the 16 originally out of High Point, North Carolina. Greg Dobson out of Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. He's running up 1 spot in 19th. Our next playoff driver, George Rincon out of Cumming, Georgia. He's right where he began the race in 18th position. Got the closer, John Schoenbachler here, running in 17th position, already up 5 positions so far tonight. Racing out of Louisville, Kentucky. Greg Klein, 92, Owasso, Oklahoma's own. He's down 1 position, from where he started, in running 16th right now. And John Gallagher in the 123 machine, Roseville, California, up 2 spots, running in 15th. Dave Mayberry trying to take it 3 wide here up underneath the 31 machine of Scott Milner. Oh,
no,
they got together.
Rick.
Oh, no. Well, we'll go back and take a look at that.
Oh,
We got about halfway through the field.
no, Dobson. Gosh. It looked like the wreck was over, and then the 31 couldn't save it and just come back up across the track. And Dobson was just right there. Gosh.
Well, it's going to be our first incident for the night, folks. And we'll go back and we'll get a look and we'll dissect this real quick and see what happened. A little further back than that. Here we go.
Pace speed, middle 1-2. Pace speed, middle 1-2.
Let's see if we can get a better look from behind here. Get on board with the 29 machine. This is kind of where it started at, the 31 to 29. Dave's running 12th. Well, he's in 12th now. I think he was around 15th when this happened. It goes to go under.
You gotta get in front of me too.
And it looks like, you know, because sometimes when I get down on that apron, you see his truck kind of come back to the kind of wash up because it's kind of inverted. And simultaneously, it looks like the 31 comes down a bit. What do you think?
It's one of those. It's one of those things where when you get down there, you either have to fully commit or not do it. It's like being half pregnant. You can't just straddle that line.
Yeah, one or the other, right?
Yeah. It was just a racing incident, but when you make that low move, you've got to go really low. Try to pin it down there.
Yeah, he gets down there, but because it's inverted from the is off camber, it's going to it pushes him back over the line just a bit. I mean, he just barely clips that 31, but there's such high speed here and wide open, it doesn't take much, and he gets up there and collects the 48 machine. Let's see who else gets through this or gets involved.
Dobson. I think he took the biggest shot.
Here's Dobson coming through.
Yeah, right now he thinks he's okay.
Oh, look at Kyle coming in here. Kyle, don't know if he survives this or not. He's headed down to that wall. I don't know that he's going to get away with not hitting that wall at that angle. Oh, that 31 gets another. Yeah, gets clipped again by the 48, who's already down and trying to get control. Man, that's just, you think you're free and clear, and then that happens. Let's see with Kyle Vaught. I don't think Kyle. Let's see if he made that. I think he hits the wall. Yep. Not too bad though.
No,
not too bad.
The angle he hit it at, I think he'll be okay.
That's a little bit of a slide. Just slid his front end there. Not a lot of damage. All right. Wow. So that just slight little bit of contact caused a tremendous amount of carnage. And it's a product of pack racing, like we talked about, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just don't know what, it's just everybody's tight. So while we got a second, I think we hadn't hit the chat. Tim McAdams out there tonight cheering for John McAdam. We got Albert Anderson and the Edith and Kathy Anderson all out there. So the Anderson clan cheering for the 99 for sure. And that's kind of caught us up on the chat as of right now. Looks like we're already doubled back up, getting ready to go back to green. Alan, it didn't look like... Well, yeah, everybody pitted. I'm sorry. It looks like everybody made a pit stop.
Yeah, I was going to get a word with the 29, but I'm not going to. They're going to go back green here, so we'll just go along with the action. Lights are out on top of that pace truck as we're getting set to go back to green. Taylor Provak's up, and there's a great night for VRL Racing. Indeed. Let's go 16. Just a bump. Plenty of time to recover. Absolutely. Oh, Lori's got up there in the chat. Happy birthday to Aunt Kathy. Well, happy birthday, Aunt Kathy. Thank you for being with us for so long and supporting not only this league, but this channel. And we are very proud to have you here pulling for Albert Anderson every week. And the other drivers, I'm sure, a little bit, too. We won't tell Albert. Don't worry.
And if Albert's a good nephew, he'll win it for you tonight.
That's for sure. We're back under green, folks. 7 gets a tremendous jump as the current leader. 68's there in second. See if we get away with a good restart here.
Go around me, Greg.
See what a pack we have going here. 7 is just gone. Second place is where the battle is at between Osborne, Wade, and McAdam. Look how tight this is.
Now, the 99 pushed the 12 all the way through the turn, and he's still on him. They're tight. Oh, they're 4 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide.
Oh, one almost getting up into the 28 there. The 99 machine's trying to get up in front of the 89, go around 5 of Williams.
Sorry, I thought he passed it. I'll get back to him.
Kathy A says, thank you all so much. You're absolutely welcome. Red Ardell's in the chat too. Go ahead.
We didn't discuss, we didn't discuss her age. I bet this was her 25th birthday, Alan. Got a feeling.
Are you sure? I thought she was barely legal, like 21.
21, yeah. I thought she got a couple, maybe 25.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, look at these guys. They are just so tight. I mean, that's another thing about this track. When it's like this, you have to keep your focus all the time. You have no rest, even in the back stretch or the front stretch.
Oh, boy. They're 3 wide at the back, and Dion Jones and Stoney Benfield just mashed off each other pretty good there.
Got Dion up there. Oh, he hits the wall up there. Outside.
No, hang on to it.
Oh, that was so close. Benfield saying something to him, something about the outside there. I tell you, I would not want to be in the meat of this sandwich. I wouldn't want to be kind of midfield. Kathy A says she's 78. I don't believe it. 78 years young. That's awesome.
Somebody asked what Martin Truex's old number was.
That's right. He was a 78, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You have a new leader at the front. Dylan Bryant takes the lead. Tim Pope is down to third now. Albert Anderson. Where did he come from?
Well, there's Kelly Kill coming hard, too.
Now, question is, let me take a look. These all guys went in at 16.
I don't think Pope took tires. I'm going to go back and
he
do
did
a little
not.
bit of
I'm looking right now. He was not in there long enough to get 4 tires. Neither was Osborne or McAdam. And then basically from Andy Player in 11th all the way back did not take tires. The ones who did, it was probably easier just to say who did. Dylan Bryant, Albert Anderson, Kelly Kill. You got Trevor Robertson. And then we'll drop back just a little bit to Dave Mayberry took tires. Kyle Vaught took tires.
Yeah,
and then the last one was Greg Klein.
Tires.
And they are smoking. That just shows you how much tires mean here. Now, these other guys decided to save a set, so maybe they'll be in late race caution. That might come into play.
Yeah, or even if they go another, 15 laps on this run, 16 laps, kind of like the last one, then the guys that just took tires, they're probably not going to be able to take them, and these guys that are going backwards will swallow them back up again.
Yeah, for sure. Dylan Bryant, he's making a play. He's trying to make a statement here. Going out there taking the lead. He is out to nearly a 0.65 lead here over Anderson. So since they all just hit pit lane, I'm going to take this opportunity there, Ricky, and we're going to do a crank it up segment. See if we can keep it green long enough. These guys have, experts. We'll see how well they do. We'll be right back, folks.
Thanks, Greg. Cool name, too.
Right, best one on the track.
Folks, that's it for our Crank It Up segment. Hope you enjoyed the sights and sounds and the roar of that engine there. We kept it green throughout that, so we're about halfway through to our next pit stop cycle. Riding on board right now with Jonathan Osborne, racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey. Yeah, I'll spread out. We're getting Ricky. It looks like we're getting a little bit of a spread. That's starting to spread a little bit. Still not very much. All right, come back, check back in with the front. You still got Dylan Bryant is your leader. He's out there about the same amount still, a little bit less. Albert Anderson's not letting him get out of sight. Albert's always fast at these tracks in that 99 machine. But Dylan's racing out of Stem, North Carolina. He is second in the points coming into this event, looking to punch his ticket to the championship 4. Albert Anderson out of Washington, D.C., in that DeWalt 99 machine, always fast at the speedways and super speedways. Really loves that kind of track, and he is a magician at some of these races, the way he just pulls them out. Never count him out, and he's up here in second looking to take home the trophy here tonight. And also in the close running for that contender chase. Just checking in with you, Ricky. You still got me?
Oh, yeah. Just watching the action, trying to figure out everything. I was looking at the points while you were talking there, and, it looks like Player's got if he's trying to jump Gones, he's got to get him by 3 spots, and they was side by side. They're running right together. It's been good enough's right there in the points with them, and he's right in front of them, so those 3 are all right together.
All right, as I mentioned, we do have onboard cameras here tonight, and one of them is Kelly Kill.
I don't want to battle with Trevor. Where you want to go?
He's actually talking to the truck behind him, Trevor Robertson, is 6, saying, hey, he's trying to give him a little respect. Not looking to battle him right now. Trevor is the contender chase leader, so Kelly's looking, hey, I don't want to be part of that fight and negatively affect your championship hopes. But you see, great setup for Kelly, nice immersion, wonderful man cave in my mind. Information screen up above his triple screen monitors there. Just an awesome setup there. Kind of moving on through the field here, we also have one for that next driver in line, which is the 29 machine of Dave Mayberry. He's in there going to town. Looks like he's got his pit crew, his crew chief rather, in there with him tonight, Rocky. Rocky might be sleeping on the job though. Nice and relaxed. All that noise in there. I don't know how it could be relaxed, but he's making it look easy. So that 29, he's up 6 spots running the pit position right now. Closely followed by Greg Klein and that 92 machine. We got a lot of cameras here tonight. Greg is another one. Get a peek at him. There it is. There's Greg racing out of Owasso, Oklahoma. Greg been with us for a long time. And super focused. And he looks like he's so far away from his monitor though, Ricky, doesn't it?
Yeah, guys, I actually probably am a little further away from mine, but it's not by choice. It's just my setup. But yeah, he looks like he's got a pretty decent little distance there to his monitor.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know if he's using a television or what, but he looks like he's pretty good way off. But he makes it work. He's fast. So right now, running up there in the 6th position. Kyle Vaught, we also have a camera for him. Look at all the cameras are making their way to the front. I love it. Gives me an excuse to use these cams. Kyle's there glowing in red. Not seeing red mist right now. Almost involved in a catastrophic incident. He's had some really poor luck lately. Maybe he got, maybe it's turning. Maybe the tide's turning with that little bit of a wall rub instead of an engine. The last few weeks, he's been blowing the engine on a strike just like that. He's running 18 spots up from where he began. Currently running in 7th position, a nice little bubble of his own.
Yeah, Kyle, I'm sure he took tires there because he had that damage and he lit them up. So I would imagine he's taking tires and yeah, there. But this may, I think this. Oh, caution!
Yeah, there goes the caution right there.
Going Bachler.
What's happening with John? Let's see what happened to John here. Right now, it's like he's behind maybe the 123 machine. And they're they're right there with the 82. Oh no! Oh, that's going to be an engine blow probably.
Yeah, that's
significant damage for him. That might be a race ending for the closer. Let's go back and take another look at a different angle for that one.
I think that was the closer for the closer.
Yeah, I think that was it for sure. If not, I'll be shocked. Go to the overhead shot here and see if we can see what was going on. That's John at 12 in the outside line, 123. It looks like he gets 20 and just, he had to check up for the 82, and then he goes to make the move thinking he's clear, I'm sure, and just wasn't clear, and that's what happened. That's really unfortunate for John. That was pretty good hit though.
Yeah, if that didn't blow his engine, I'd be really surprised, especially with the way engines was blowing last week at the Roval. No harder hits than they were hitting, and then now Greg Dobson has just piled into Milner tonight, and he don't have a blown engine. If that didn't blow his engine, I'm happy for him, but man, the physics are a little off.
See if we can get a word with John real quick. Hey, John, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, look like you had to check up for the 82 and thought you were going to be clear to the inside and just end up turning yourself off the nose at 123. Any difference from behind the wheel? What happened to you there?
Yeah, they knew I just came out of the pits. They knew I was faster. But then he went down low, and the other one started to go low. Then he came back up top, and when I touched him, it shot me across the nose. I figured they would have let me go, but I guess that's not going to be the case.
It's really unfortunate for you. Any chance of you getting back in this race, or is your engine blown?
Nope, it's gone. It's meatballs.
I mean, I really hate that for you. But Ricky, you got anything for John before we let him go?
No, buddy. It looks like just a tough night, and I guess we'll see you next week at Talladega. That'll be a big wild card.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, y'all have a good one.
You too, man. Thanks for talking to us.
All right, yep.
That's unfortunate for John. John's always super fast, usually finds his way up top 10, top 5 towards the end of these races, and unfortunately tonight he's not going to be able to do that. All right, just kind of cap it off or before we get started here for this. See if we're going to go green this time. Let's see if those lights go. I don't think so. Right now, your leader is Dylan Bryant. Second place, Albert Anderson. Third, Trevor Robertson. Kelly Keel in 4th. Dave Mayberry is in 5th, and she top 5. And looks like everybody hit pit lane at lap 42, and all of them took 4 tires, it appears, right now on my telemetry there, Ricky.
Yeah, and those guys that took the tires the first time, they're starting to play a dangerous game because it could. I mean, I don't think they had a choice. I think they had to, but man, I would be a little scared if I've ran through my second set of tires already.
Yeah, we're only 44 laps into this thing. That could really come into play towards the end of this race. We're stacked up 2 by 2. Control of the restart will be the 51 of Dylan Bryant once that pace truck pulls onto pit lane. And once he hits the restart zone, which you'll see coming up here, it'll be either painted on the wall or on the track or both. He can launch from anywhere within the restart zone. So it gives a little bit of an advantage to the leader. But that's exactly how in real world NASCAR does it. And you know, if you're leading at the time of caution, you probably deserve a little bit of an advantage on a restart. You see the green on the wall, that's the restart zone. Once he gets that area, it's black on the pavement there, he can launch at any point. And we're back under green. Gets a nice launch underneath the 99 of Albert Anderson. Race is on for third between the 01 and the 6. Albert just ducks in behind, hoping to catch that draft of Dylan Bryant to get up to him, maybe pull away from the broader field, but also go ahead and take that lead. Everybody's on fresh rubber. At least with the amount of time that they spend on pit lane, they should be. I'm just going to watch this. Go ahead.
How many tires do we have over the wall tonight?
He had 4
Oh,
over the
Mayberry
wall.
wrecking.
No. Is he going to catch? Is he going to catch? Oh, everybody's dodging. Oh, my goodness. And we stay green. That was incredible.
Oh, no.
That's going to break the field up a lot. That's probably a product of cold tires. We'll go back and take a look at that.
I think there was some contact involved.
Let's see, go back. See how far we go. This is not bad. Let's back up some more. There's Dave, the 92 and the 16. Going down the back stretch.
Yeah, the contact happens in turn 3.
We're going to 3 right now. No, he gets loose. Then the contact. Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like the 81 was there, but he got loose, and that's what caused him to go down in that line there. We'll get an overhead shot here. You'll be able to see it where the truck just gets loose. Right there, he's getting loose, and that's when it happens. But incredibly, he keeps driving it.
Whew.
And everybody else did a wonderful job of crash evasion there. But, I mean, excellent driving on the 29 to be able to even catch that and not cause a broader incident. Now, he's really suffering now. He's in 27th. Go ahead.
So back to the tire thing, I may have missed it, or you may be not able to get it out. How many sets did they have over the wall?
Oh, they had 5 total, including what they started on, 4 over the wall. So and some people have already changed twice already.
2, yeah.
And they got two sets remaining for 83, 84 laps here.
Yeah, depending on how the cautions fall, if there are more, it's really going to play into that benefit of Tim Pope and those guys that did not take tires. Andy Player, I know, didn't take tires. Osborne, those guys are going to be in good shape toward the end of the race.
Yeah, Tim's back here running actually in the 11th position. I'm surprised he hasn't moved further forward, but most likely he's saving his stuff. And as this goes on, if it goes green, you'll see him creeping up, I would imagine.
He was almost involved in the Mayberry wreck. He's one of the ones that checked up. And I think he's kind of like one of the last ones that kind of made it before the big checkup.
Right now, of your championship drivers, you got Bryant running first, good enough, second. You got Andy Player third, and Chris Gomes is in 4th. I don't think I ended up getting a camera for Chris tonight either, did I? Maybe the last minute. Nope. Do not have a camera for him. Speaking of cameras, let's go take a look at our different ones. Get back up front here. A little bit of a developing fight here between Jonathan Osborne and Anderson for the 2nd position, as you see 81 going up underneath that 899. Yeah, this is going to be so close. I mean, we're probably not going to be. We'll give you a basically what we think the results are at the end of the race, but it's always going to be dependent upon any kind of penalties or bonus points that these drivers receive if it's super close. But we'll tell you that at the end here. Take a look at our drivers. We had, I want to say 10 tonight. Didn't see Dustin Wade, did I? Yeah, Dustin's on here. There they are. The 5 to 82 with the 10 here trying to mix it up. This is around 19th position, 20th position. I mean, they fight for every single inch in this series. Yeah, I see that, Lori. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. We said about 30 laps, right, for their pit cycles, and they were all in at lap 42. So we're at 56 now, so we're pretty good ways off from hitting that next pit cycle. And it looks like it's got a green flag run looking to it. Let's take a look at the track map. Yeah, they're getting pretty spread out. That one incident with the 29 certainly helped this spread occur, but once they got spread, this is where we're at. Got little pockets of racing going on. Right now you're looking at that front pocket, which is pretty tight, but looks tight on the map, not quite as tight when you're looking at here on the track.
Got Nicole Walsh in the chat cheering for Dylan Bryant. I'm not sure. I've seen Nicole in here before, so good to see a new viewer.
Yeah, for sure. And Lori said don't have Dustin in here properly labeled, so let me see if I can fix that momentarily. Should be a pretty quick fix if it works. That's always the question though, right? If it works.
Sorry, Sean, you alright?
And we'll see if Eaton pops up in red now. He should. Double check the color. All right. Well, let's move around a little bit here. Let's see what's going on. Watching back in the field. We don't have anybody really a lap down yet. We got Dave running back here by himself. Let's see how far back before he's going to be in some trouble. You can see he's last on the track of the current lead lap cars. And as he's getting into turn 2, you got the pack coming to turn 1. So with all that drafting momentum and everything, won't be too much longer they'll be catching him.
I'm looking at the championship 8 contenders, and George Rincon's in some trouble, running back in 25th. His back end is bashed in pretty bad, so maybe on that big checkup on the restart he got some damage, but I'd say that truck's pretty wicked.
Yeah, you can see it's affected his spoiler, which, as you know from driving these trucks, once you touch that right rear or you mess with the spoiler, it just makes it incredibly hard to drive. And even if you can drive it, normally you're really abusing those rear tires.
Well, you can take it back whenever you want, Mike. I'm not trying to hold you up, buddy. I'm in no hurry, sir.
Yeah, it looks like it didn't fix that problem. So, got what we got on those. All right, folks, if you're out there in the chat and you like what you see, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We race here every Wednesday and Friday night here in this league at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or daylight time as it is right now.
9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern by the time we race. Correct. We go live a little bit earlier than that. Thank you. So, looking at Dylan Bryant, he is still up front base, only by about half a second. Robert Anderson sitting there just stalking him, keeping him in sight in that 99 DeWalt machine. Jonathan Osborne's up here, been up here most of the night, but look, you got Greg Good Enough. I was waiting to when he was going to make his entrance here and get up to the front, and he is here now, taking over third position from Jonathan Osborne in that 89 orangutan machine. But he's being pursued and raced pretty hard there by the 6th of Trevor Robertson. Trevor's last week's winner. Very fast wherever we go. It's not going to be an easy pass for the 89.
I was having just too much fun to let you fight guys.
81's thought about making it 3 wide there for a second and thought better of it. I'm riding along with Jonathan here behind that battle. You got Lori out there, and she controls anything you see on the screen there, so I take no responsibility whatsoever. But she says 8 enter, 4 exit. Kind of a reference back to an old Mad Max movie, Thunderdome, actually, from my childhood. 1 man or 2 man enter, 1 man leaves. It's kind of the deal we have here. We got 8 entering, and half of them are not going to go on to the playoff 4, the championship 4.
I can tell you somebody that's probably frustrated right now would be Andrew Player, which still got some time to go, but he needs to gain either 3 points on Gones or 2 points on Good Enough, and Good Enough runs 3 spots in front of him, and Gones runs
2 spots behind him.
1 spot behind him. Yeah,
well,
1 or 2 spots behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's right there with those guys, but he's not quite enough.
Yeah, it's gotta be frustrating. You gotta both run well and hope that your competitors maybe have a little misfortune for you to make it into this next round. That's how tight it is on this bubble here. Going to come down to almost who finishes in front of whom and by how many spots. That's exactly what it's going to come down to. So you can see Chris Gones is trying to make his way up here just to pass Andy Player outright. Yeah, Gones sitting here running in that 38 machine out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
They're closing in on being 2 seconds off of the pace from the fastest laps to their last lap. So those tires are really, really hurting.
D. Gold's trying to get, he's making his way around to 81. I think that the 81 must have maybe burned his stuff up a little bit. He's on the same lap of tires. Maybe scraped the wall, we didn't notice. 38 machines getting around him. As he's getting a push, you got these 3 playoff drivers within close proximity, 7, 38, and a 13. Kind of like when you watch the races in real life NASCAR, you're going to see those playoff drivers usually rise towards the front.
Well, you know that Dustin Eaton, Sky Roney, George Rincon, the guys on the outside looking in, and they're running a little bit behind right now for different reasons. All 3 of those guys have got to be praying for a caution right now.
Right, they're like, man, we had these cautions at the beginning. Where are they now? I've been there.
Now we do have some guys pitting, and with 2 seconds a lap difference in time, if that's spread out a little, you could have somebody accidentally get ran over before they make their pit stop.
Don Gallagher's on pit lane right now.
worked
No.
for me.
There we go. Hey, a little battle between the Good Enough and Anderson here. Two different lines. Anderson staying low,
75, put me in. 75, put me in.
while Good Enough seems to be trying to get that momentum on the top side.
I'm gonna stay high, Dylan.
Well, right now, I mean, it's either stay out as long as you can, or if you're somebody like Eaton and you're that far back, losing 2 seconds a lap, if you pit early and pit 6 laps ahead of the guy that's in the lead, you'll actually, 10 seconds behind, you'd be right with him.
Copy that, buddy. 51 sitting right here.
Got Eden Steele out there in the chat saying, you got this, 89. Good enough. Oh, and 99's hitting pit lane.
Bob pitting this lap.
I'll stay high, Craig.
Oh, locks him up, getting in there. Hopefully made it down to pit road speed. Very Good Enough has now assumed the lead.
$13. 89 pitting this time. 89 pitting.
Yeah, with the leaders pitting, you can't wait too much longer. You lose way too much time.
Yeah, there's no way I would wait. He's going in right now. Watch, you see him right now. This is and he's making tremendous time getting in there. Six is coming in with him. Bunch of people in pit lane. You got Trevor Robertson, Andy Player, Tim Pope, Kyle Vaught in the 16, Mike Adamson in the 88, Andrew Cawthon in the 10. Got Ronnie, another playoff driver, 023. Anthony Williams making his way off pit lane, along with Deion Jones, Sean McDonald, George Rincon, the 28 machine, Kevin Hunt. I mean, Benfield, he must have either just come in.
Now, I don't think we're going to have any weird strategy where somebody can save any gas. I'm looking at it right now. Everybody's got to make one more stop, but they'll be comfortably in their window where I think they only have to make one more stop. Now, if we have a late caution, that's going to change things.
For sure. You got, so you had Craig Good Enough and some others go in at 75. Dylan Bryant went at 74. You can see he took over the lead along with Albert Anderson with that move. Not really undercutting because they were out front to begin with, but one lap fresher tires has also put him out there pretty good. Go ahead.
Jones made up some time, though. He was about 7th or 8th, and now he's right with the 2 leaders. He did pit a little bit sooner.
He did on 73, so that made up a tremendous amount of time. So one lap older tires in 3rd position, Chris Gomes, that is. As you can see, Good Enough, he's over 2 seconds back from the leader, but he is going to have 1 lap fresher tires. So it's all about this chess game. You know, when do I hit pit lane? Can I save enough tire to be there at the end? Is the undercut going to get me there, but then I'm going to fade because I have older tires? All these questions, which makes it great for us to watch and see how it all works out.
Now, John McAdam, he did short pit it, and he went from 10 seconds behind in 13th to where you see him now right up there with the leaders.
Yeah, John's having a good night right now. Up 3 spots. He began at 8th. He's in 5th right now. Got behind it there, like you said, and now he's back up there in the running. And he went in on 70, so 5 lap older tires than the Good Enough right in front of him, and about 4 to the leader. See Trevor going around him right there. Robertson makes him around pretty good. Robertson went in at 75, so you can see the difference in tires right there.
Yeah, that's what I figured too, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
See if we can get these
Bummer, man. I'm sorry.
different cams up here.
Oh, Greg, I'm hoping there's a bunch of cautions now.
You hear him talking about wanting a bunch of cautions. Don't think that's going to work out for him, though.
Oh, Osborne, when he pitted, he did not take tires. He must have unchecked his tires. That's what's going on with him. That's why he's needing a caution so bad and dropping like a rock.
Well, wasn't he one of the drivers? Was he did it on purpose? Because he was one of the drivers who took tires early?
No, he actually is one of the ones that had the extra set, I believe, because he was out front. He didn't take tires that first time, so now he's got 2 extra sets. If he gets a caution the next few laps, he may be in really good shape.
All right, we're going to take a run through our cameras here. Show you guys our different onboards we have. So you got the 01 of Kelly Kill right there, racing out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the green Monster Energy machine. Right now, Kelly's running in 9th, right where he began. Having a good night so far. Now this next cam here. We have not been on board yet with this playoff driver. It is not Kelly Kill. It is the 023 of Scott Roney. There we go. He's right now side by side with that 48 machine, but Scott's changed up his color on us there, Ricky. Went from blue to green. Lori will not be happy with this.
Color of money. Needs to come up with some magic here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Next up, we have Greg Dobson in the 085 machine. Greg's one of our Canadian brothers racing out of Newmarket, Ontario, Canada right now in the 27th position. Give us a nice low upward angle there. See, super focused up on the wheel. And then let's see if this camera is still working. We've been having trouble with the 10 Machines camera. And tonight's no different. Actually, his camera's locked up. So we'll move on from Andrew Cawthon. Go over to the 13 machine of Andy Player, who you said, you know, probably having a lot of stress right now, trying to do the calculations in his head. Where I got to be? How many cars can I pass? What can I control? And that's kind of the tough part, right? You can only control what you can control. He's in 8th right now. That 13 machine. Then we're going to move on and see if we can dial up Kyle Vaught here, running in the 11th position. Good run for Kyle tonight. I mean, he's had such bad luck lately. I'm sure he's going to be happy if he's able to get into the top 10 and finish it off there, maybe even further forward. Kyle races out of Chicago by way of High Point, North Carolina, in that throwback Kellogg's looking machine, number 16. Having a great night. Racing in red also. He usually has red. All right, let's see if we can find the mouth. It looks like he's on pit lane. Must have had some issues, or is he getting service? I can't tell yet. We'll sit for a moment. Dave's racing out Tucson, Arizona right now, showing him in 28th. Actually, many laps down, so he's got some issues going on there. It's unfortunate for Dave here tonight. Next up, we got Dustin Wade. Dustin's he started off up front, and he is currently running in 10th position. Having a really good night. Racing out of Cincinnati. Dustin got his first win this season. He's looking to rack up some more. He's watching it for sure, giving us the devil horns there, rocking out. See you running well, Dustin. Keep up the great work, buddy.
Also, on Mayberry on lap 77, right after he came out of the pits, coming into 3 and 4, he done the same thing. He got loose again. He chased it, got onto the pit road apron, tried to catch it, and then hit the inside wall head on in the pit. He spun into the pits, probably preventing a caution, but he hit the wall a ton.
Just didn't register. That's unfortunate for him. As now we're riding on board with Greg Goodenough. Greg's racing out of Helper, Utah. Great setup there. He likes to switch it back up. Sometimes we can see him. Sometimes we can see the screens there. Really nice setup though. Doing a great job here, up 24 spots so far, running in 3rd position. Really in this battle for the championship, hoping to bring home his first title. And our last camera, we saw him earlier, Greg Klein. Greg racing out of Owasso, or Owassa, looks like Owasso, Oklahoma. Right now, up 2 spots from where he began, running 13th position. And that covers all of our cameras for tonight. Back up front, nothing has really changed hands. Dylan Bryant is up here being chased closely by Albert Anderson. You are seeing that Craig Goodenough is making his way into the picture. That might be what it comes down to here in the closing laps. You know, we're coming up on 100. Might be a battle between these three. Like 89 is going to take it to the 99 right now. '99's not giving up on that outside line, though. He's keeping his momentum up, and we do have a significant number of laps on these tires. So pulling off and completing this pass is not going to be an easy feat for Goodenough in the 89. As you see, he's going to drop back in and try to get another run. That's going to be the key. Can he get a significant enough run where he can pull maybe a slide job on the 99 and complete this pass? See Lori talking down there in the chat. That eating ice cream, talking to Dion Jones. Crew chief was eating ice cream. Who's he talking about there? Osborne didn't take tires on purpose. That's what Dion said. He says on purpose. So that maybe makes sense. 89's really trying to work this momentum. It's going to be tough, but this battle, going side by side, is going to allow Chris Gomes to get up in here. Maybe take his shot.
Putting those two 80Y trucks of Robertson and Pope, the last 3 straight laps have ran the fastest laps of anybody on the track, so they're starting to gain ground back. Like we may have like about a 6-7 truck battle for the lead eventually here.
I'm all about it. This is what I want to see. Get it pumped up and see how these guys are going to work this out for the very end. I'd be down to have all 8 of the playoff drivers crossing the line within inches of each other. Of course, they might be in a big wad of cars.
Players in 7th. He is a couple of seconds behind Pope now. He may be a guy that wants to short pit this last pit stop and try to gain some track position, and then if there's a caution comes out and they all pit again, he'll be up front. I think his best shot is to go off strategy now.
Yeah, especially barring some kind of catastrophe for the other drivers that are running in front of him. This is not a track where you can just make up big swaths of distance easily without some kind of mistake on your competitor's part. You see 28 Machine's right there with him too. George Rincon. What'd you see?
Goodenough and Anderson are throwing sliders on each other, and Osborne's wounded truck was in the way there, and it was almost a big one. 38's
going to throw his hat in the ring here for this position. As I mentioned, he was catching, and here we are. He's alongside the 89. And that green 38. Go ahead.
You know, he might be the best on long runs in the league, or at least he's up there, because anytime we have races that have really long runs, that 38 makes his way up toward the front.
Oh, what makes this impressive for me too, Ricky, is that the 38 Machine's on 2-lap older tires than these guys he's racing right now. To your point, able to save his stuff. And you got Robertson coming up here right behind them. He's on 75 lap. Went in on lap 75 to get his tires. But he's on equal footing with the 99 and the 89. But for Chris Gomes to be up in here, not losing any ground, in fact, making ground on these guys, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and Pope is catching all of them. He's right there running the fastest laps. And don't look now, the second fastest laps on the track being ran over the last 5-lap average is Andrew Player. So he is trying to claw his way back up into it.
Craig Goodenough was able to pull off that slider and pass the 99 Machine. 99 might be going to try to make the undercut here. Don't know if he's going to have enough. Maybe get alongside. If he can, he almost does. If he can stay alongside, he might be able to side draft, and he's got the momentum here. Who does the 38 go with? Looks like 89 is probably going to secure this position now, coming out of 4, or 2 rather, going down the backstretch. 38 is going to push the 99 for right now. We're at 100 laps. 100 laps complete of 133.
47-10.
Getting a lot of red and yellow up there to the top of the leaderboard there, Ricky.
Yeah, the cream rises to the top here. It looks like here in the way late Las Vegas is playing out.
Right now, Dylan Bryant in the 51 does have a 1.57 second lead, but that is not that far out. He does have 1 lap older tires than the man chasing him in second. We'll see if that deficit starts to dwindle.
I see some guys, a few people coming into the pits. This is pretty early, but maybe this is the edge of the window to pit and make it to the end.
John McAdams on pit lane.
Sitting in, A2 sitting in.
A2's pitting in. I just heard that over the radio.
Good one. Good one.
Everett's going to make his way down there right now.
You know, I know those guys were fighting pretty hard for second there, but it's still impressive that Bryant was able to drive away from a pack when there's so much draft.
Yeah, and he's holding that lead too. He's at 1.6 now, like hovering in that area. I mean, so the good news for him, he's outside 1 second ahead of good enough, so the draft's not helping him, but good enough may have an opportunity to draft off of other lap trucks. You can see the distance right there. That's the first place machine out there in the distance. And looks like there's going to be an undercut here by good enough. To find Bryant, I'm not waiting. I'm probably going to pit this next lap. You still think that's too early? Pretty close.
It's right on the edge. Andrew Player, he's throwing his dice down, trying to roll snake eyes here at Vegas. He's pitting.
See him right there. What do you think? We're going to go green to the end here? We get past this green flag pit stop, I think so.
No, I think we'll have something weird happen.
All right, Dylan does not pit. He's staying out. Now, what was the difference in times you said? About 1.5, 2 seconds?
Close to 2 seconds a lap.
I just don't know if this is going to be now. If he falls behind, he will have fresher tires, a couple of fresher tires, but man, you're probably going to burn him up trying to get to him and get around him. And he is hitting pit lane now. Your leader's on pit lane.
What are you kidding?
For all the marbles, folks. Last few laps to make it to the championship 4.
You're good, buddy. You're good.
Tim Pope's in the lead right now. Tim still has not made his way on the pit lane. And neither has Kyle Vaught right behind him in second. And another playoff driver, Scott Roney.
I'm going to go in this time, Guns.
Like Vaught's hitting pit lane. What were you going to say? Here comes Tim right now.
You know, if you was kind of back behind everything and you could stretch it 3 or 4 more laps, I would stay out as long as you could at this point, just hoping you catch a caution.
Well, yeah, especially if you're in that position like maybe Andy Player. Andy was going to the front side of this strategy, trying to undercut, but I don't know that he got enough of an advantage here. So maybe that he was kind of already in it by the time he had a choice to maybe go long, right?
Yeah, I mean, Players, maybe he had a bad pit stop too, because I would think he'd have been a little further forward.
Craig Goodenough was able to get in front of Craig Goodenough, by the way. And it looks like significantly so. Craig's going to be your leader now. And he is nearly 3 seconds in front of Goodenough. Bryant must not have had a very good pit lane on and off. I'm looking, they both took 4 tires. There was a 2-lap difference, though. We talked about it, right?
2 lap. I mean, that's 4 seconds, and he was only behind him by about a second, so that adds up.
That's about right.
I think that actually made that difference up.
So, and Bryant did have a good pit lane. Probably just as good, nearly as good. Let's see what his time was. Yeah, we're talking. I mean, Craig did have slightly better at 43.68 seconds his entire time on and off pit lane with 44.07. for the 51. So a slight loss there as far as pit lane's concerned. But really, it was that staying out. Now, 25 laps to go. Is he going to be able to run him down? Now, you can see from Dylan, we're looking at Dylan Bryant now. Off in the distance, you see a lap truck and then the leader. He does have fresher tires, but only by 2 laps. And by the time he gets to him, is all the good going to be rubbed off of those tires? Now, the bigger picture here, though, Ricky, is that Dylan stays up here. He's definitely going to transfer into the championship 4.
Oh, yeah, and Good Enough's in really good shape right now, too. Pope, he's in good shape. Yeah, player needs a caution. I mean, everybody else needs a caution, I think. Player and anybody else that may have even a puncher's chance. I mean, I think Rincon and Roney's chances have just about evaporated, but they still could use a caution and hope for some shenanigans.
So we'll just do a quick run for the field, barring any kind of incident. You got Craig Goodenough is out there he is getting closed in on. It's now down to 2.45 seconds to Bryant. So that's pretty good. Let's see, what is he making up in a lap? Let's see when he crosses the start-finish line here. What is he going to be at? Right there, 2.29. Let's see what the difference is going to be here. Actually, I can bring up a battle box for you. That would help.
Hey, copy that, man.
I think that's a pretty good distance to make up no more as close as they run.
I mean, that's almost 0.3 of a second per lap. And we got, what, 21 laps to go? That's 6 seconds. He's going to get there. I mean, that's another thing to get around him. But he probably should get there, as I'm talking about the 51 machine of Dylan Bryant. Dylan's trying to get around the 81. Go ahead.
How quickly they level out a little bit. He may not gain that much a lap toward the end of the run. So it will be close.
It's not going to help him scraping the wall like that either.
No.
Yeah, he's going to look back on that decision to wait that extra lap. I think with one extra lap, he really had no choice because he was already past the pit lane entrance. But maybe staying that extra one. Don't know if I would have done that one. But it's always a judgment call. I mean, it could really work out for you, and other times it couldn't. Like, for instance, if we have a late caution, he could choose not to go pit and have slightly fresher tires than the leader.
Yeah, I think if I've done the math right, everybody's out of tires except those guys that didn't take tires that very first pit stop.
Yeah, like the 7 machine tempo.
Pope and Player. So if they had a caution come out, it'd be really interesting because they would be tearing through the field fast.
They'll be in the catbird seat. All right, so let's continue on, get through here. 18 laps to go. You're looking at Albert Anderson running in 3rd position. That 99 machine. 38, another playoff driver. Running 4th is Chris Gomes. He doesn't have fresher tires than the 2 guys in front of him, but he's really good at taking care of his stuff. Trevor Robertson is just behind him, running in 5th position. Tim Pope, we mentioned, he's running in 6th right now. Does have an extra set of tires across the wall, as does Andy Player, running in 7th. These guys are, man, it's coming down to it for Andy. Tim's going to make it through if he finishes where he's at. Andy's needs a caution. And John McAdam out of Dushmore, don't know where that is. 47 machine, he is running in 8th position. Kelly Kill running 9th, great run for Kelly tonight. As also for Kyle Vaught, 15 positions upward from where he started, running top 10. After the luck he's had, I'm sure he's really happy and looking to try and hold off Dustin Wade and Dustin Eaton there behind him. Does have 1 lap fresher tires than both those guys. We'll see if he can drive away. As I mentioned here, you got Wade in 11th and Eaton in 12th. And you got Scott Roney out of Salt Lake City, Utah, running in 13th position. Going across the grass.
Hello, Albert.
Must have got loose coming out of that corner. No caution. Makes it back on safely. A little debris there. Should be okay. Mike Adamson running in 14th, up 15 spots so far. Greg Klein running at 15th.
I have straight this whole
Andrew Cawthon in 16th position. Got Anthony Williams running 17th in that 5 machine. John Gallagher in 18th, 123. John McDonald, another one of our Canadian friends from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, 19th. Mike Everidge is running in the 20th position. George Rickon's in 21st. Yeah, George is having a rough night. Things finish like they are, he may be eliminated. Jack Dixon, he's running in 22nd. Tom Barish is in the 23rd position out of Gulf Coast, Mississippi. Kevin Hunt, Danville, Virginia's own, 24th position. Jonathan Osborne, at not taking tires. If he did that on purpose, that did not work out for him. He's running in 25th position, down 19 spots from where he began. You got Stoney Benfield running in 26th position at 75 machine. Greg Dobson running in 27th. And I don't think he's on the track. I think Dave Mayberry's on pit lane in the 28th position. And Deion Jones, John Schoenbachler, and Scott Milner are all out of the race.
I believe he was right and I was wrong, as the 51 has caught the 89.
Yeah, he is there just in time. 12 laps to go.
I guess
See what he can do with it.
what I wasn't factoring in was the fact that Bryant is the fastest truck out here, period. He was running away from the pack by himself.
Oh, it's just
he
hitting that wall.
But he hit the wall pretty good right there, though. That is not going to help his matters.
No. I tell you, hopefully he didn't get wheel damage off of that. That's going to really affect him. But I would imagine that's that aero push that got him right there. If he's getting closer to that truck, probably been running that same line the last few laps, but that air is different the closer you get to the back of the leader. So that's what I count for that.
Kevin, I really got to run the higher side here.
He's there. Let's see what he can do with it. You see, he corrected it that time coming out of that corner and making his way down onto the apron, trying to take the shortest line possible. But he is definitely there. Go ahead.
Got fortunate. I watched the replay back, and
No problem.
the way he hit the wall, it didn't crinkle, nothing. Just he kind of pancaked it. So I think he got away with it.
That's definitely a pucker factor moment, though, for him. It looks like even his truck doesn't look really scraped on the side, so I think you are right. Now, how patient can you be here, Ricky?
I smack him. Saying hi, Anthony.
I think you got enough time where you can definitely be patient.
Every lap he's running, though, that equalization you were talking about starts to come into play. He's got to get to his bumper first. I mean, I thought he was going to be there, and then he slapped the wall, and he hasn't been able to get back to him since.
And we have a really good battle for third, the final podium spot. Robertson, Gones, and Anderson.
Anderson, look at this.
All running hard.
That's a potential wreck about to happen there. But
And
they worked it
Gones
out.
doesn't need that. He's in good shape at the points. He's just got to kind of probably live to fight another day.
You got Tim Pope coming up here to this fight too. Goins, Pope, and Player are all back to back here, 5, 6, and 7. Check on this lead here. See how Dylan's kind of leveled off here. About a 0.3 right now. Maybe trying to save his tires a bit, make a run, but catching somebody and getting past them is two different things. We've both experienced that, especially as the tires get older now. He does have fresher tires, but maybe he's running the good off of them. See the 6 machine, it looks like he was in the wall there for a second. 7 laps coming to 6 laps to go. Yeah, Mr. Anderson out there, Albert Anderson Sr. saying, hey, good clean race so far. Yeah, I think we only had, what, 2 cautions, Ricky? Maybe 3?
Yeah, 2. I believe we've got away with 2.
Now, that's going to be the jinx right there. What do you think's happening here?
I was going. They straightened it out. I was going through the field, and all of a sudden, I saw Jack Dixon and George Rincon banging off each other pretty hard. But it looks like they've settled that.
You got Lori out there saying, hey, can the 51 catch the 89? And it says, going to be an interesting finish. Who will advance to the Final Four? Yes, indeed. I mean, these 2 drivers, if they finish just like they are, they're both going to the Final Four. Tim Pope should be in good shape. He's in the top 6 here. So that's 3. Question is, who's going to get in the 4th?
It's going to be Gones unless something happens.
What it's looking like too. Man, I think the 51 may have run out of juice here, Ricky.
Maybe though. I mean, he didn't register damage that you can see on the screen, but maybe hitting the wall like that done just enough to really do him in.
Yeah, I've had occasions where there was no outward damage, but it says you got wheel damage, and you know that's the worst kind. It'll start wearing your tires out, even if it's not enough to send you to pit lane. Is lap traffic going to play any kind of a role here? I mean, he's as close as he's been so for the last little bit. He's at like 0.3. And they're both passing the 0.23 of Roney, another playoff driver. Roney's likely not going to make it to the next round with 3 laps to go here. Just don't know. His 51 is trying that bottom line now. Super close now, under 0.2.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he backed off and was cooling his tires down.
I wanted a little battle.
Yeah, still holding steady at 0.22. Slightly under, getting a little bit of draft there. Coming to 1 to go. We're at 2 to go right now. Coming out of 3 and 4. Do or die now. Either he takes it here or he's not going to get there. Closest he's been so far, 0.13. He's probably going to defend pretty hard.
Well, they definitely neither one need to wreck. Especially good enough.
51's going for it. When you're coming down to the line, folks, out of turn 4, 51 to 89, who's got the momentum? Looks like the 89 might have the edge. 51's right there. Oh, who gets it, man? The 89 gets it, but by the smallest of margins. 0.01, folks. 0.01 was the margin of victory there. It says even 0 that you can see on your screen for second place. But I can look at the
go into the 3. It's 0.006.
I slapped the wall there too. And
man,
it went away
he
from
almost
me
played
after
that perfectly.
Hell of a finish, Wade.
Good win, but good enough. He got up there, came from the back with a penalty, up 26 spots for tonight to bring home the victory here. Dylan Bryant bringing it home second, so both those guys definitely got through.
Good job, guys.
And we'll have to probably give iRacing a second to register all this and update the points. But most likely it's going to be Tim Pope, Dylan Bryant, Chris Gomes, and Craig Goodenough making it into your final 4. In fact, that's probably, whether barring some kind of a penalty, that's what it's going to be. Which I don't recall these drivers being involved in the penalties tonight. Do you, Ricky? But it doesn't mean we missed something.
No, not unless we missed something. I think they were all 4 clean.
Yeah, Stuart Goodenough in there in the chat saying, hey, man, that was a nail biter. It certainly was, Stuart. Wasn't even sure. I thought he had the momentum. The 89 had the momentum coming off of 4. But then the 51 began to surge, and it came down to, 0.01 is what I show in the behind the scenes telemetry, and it was so close that you don't even see the difference on your screen if you're looking at the timing tower. It's all zeros. That's about as close as you can get. But hey, folks, we're going to do a top 3 interviews here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, folks, it's Alan and Ricky, and we're back. We are going to do your top 3 podium finishers interviews, starting with the third step on the podium, which is Trevor Robertson. Get him in the booth here. Hey, Trevor, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth. You got us, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you go from putting on a clinic last week at the Roval to bringing it home third as the chase leader here tonight, doing what you have to do to bring home that hardware. What a great race here tonight. Looks like you were up. Well, you started second, so you started in the front, still finished on the podium, but a great night for you as far as securing some points for that championship. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a struggle, between speed and saving tires and trying to figure out the balance, and it looked like Bryant was really the best one for it. He was consistent the whole run and everything, but I'm hoping I can keep stringing together good finishes like this and bring home the contender chase. It'd be great.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, Ricky, what do you have for our third place finisher?
Hey, good run tonight, Trevor. It looked like you had a pretty strong truck. It's kind of an interesting race. What did you see anything weird in the strategy, or did it play out like you thought, or did you think there's going to be more excitement?
Well, those 2 cautions in the first 2 runs were really at terrible spots. It's like you're just short of the tire window. Do you take tires? And we kind of split them up between as a team. I took tires, Kyle took tires, Pope didn't. Pope was faster at the end there, but he just, it's hard to make up ground on this track. It's I don't know, the line between saving and gaining ground is so thin, but it was a good race.
Well, yeah, man. Hey, great run. This is really setting you up well to bring home that trophy at the end of the season here. Before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
To shout out to teammates, sharing strategies all the time, trying to keep everybody as close to the front as we can, and shout out to family members, Kingston and my sister and my mom watching, and they always send me a text message after the race, and you guys for doing what you do in the booth and keeping the league going smooth, and just that's about it.
Well, hey man, great race, and we look forward to seeing you at Talladega next week. And thanks for talking to us.
Alrighty, thank you guys.
Yep. That was your third place finisher, folks, of Trevor Robertson in the 6th machine. We're going to move on up the finishing order here to Mr. Dylan Bryant. Get Dylan in the booth here. Hey, Dylan, it's Alan and Ricky. Do you got us, buddy?
Yes, sir. What's up,
Man,
guys?
I'm doing great, man. You had a great run here tonight. Thought maybe you had this one in the bag. Incredible finish. Don't know if you know this, but even on the timing tower, it registers all zeros, and on the telemetry in the background, there's 0.01 difference in the margin of victory. I'm sure maybe, I don't know if you thought about this. Did you intend to stay out 2 extra laps behind the 89, or did you wish you had taken that back?
I was just making double sure I had enough fuel, and I really didn't mind having slightly fresher tires, because I don't know why, but you know, two laps on tires is kind of big here, but when you get close to a truck, it starts to aero push really bad, which is why I tried the outside some, went down low, went in the middle, and stuff. So, but yeah, it was a great finish. You know, I just don't know exactly what I need to do to win, but at least it was clean and stuff. I gave him room off the corner some too, but I could have gotten back on the gas a little bit earlier and probably made up the difference a tad bit, but hey, the points reset for the top 4, and I'm definitely going to the final three events, so hopefully I might not win the battle, but I hope to win the war, which is the championship.
No, yeah, for sure. We saw that when you caught up to, as you call it, the 89, that aero push that you spoke about come into play there. So you kind of scraped the wall once, and we were wondering if you had any damage off of that, but then you showed us that you didn't, coming into that last lap and making that run there. So great finish, man. Really exciting for us and exciting for the viewers. But I'm going to pass the mic over to Ricky. Ricky, what do you have for our 2nd place finisher?
Yeah, Dylan, another good job, another solid run tonight. I was going to ask you about that wall contact, I guess, with about 10 laps to go. Did you think it looked big on the broadcast? Did it feel as big in the truck? Did you think it hurt you, or did you feel okay with it?
No, it was good. It was a kiss. I mean, it looked harder than it actually was. So I was like, all right, within a second, if it says steering damage, well, then I'm in trouble. But it was a 0x contact, so it was just a love tap.
Gotcha. So did you think it was? Did it surprise you that you was able to pull away from the pack with the draft being so big?
Oh no. When you got a teammate, as in Albert, it was he was making them earn it. So he was kind of holding them up some too, and when it was just Albert and I, after about 22 laps, I was better in 3 and 4 off the corner, and you know, of course, if you can't get through the corner or off the corner, it hurts you all the way down the straightaway. So I am good at 7 tires. So between 7 tires and Albert, that right there was the change in the pulling away.
Oh, hey, man, great job here tonight. Definitely secured your spot into the championship 4. I know it feels great. Now you get to go 3 more races and just battle it out. Before we let you go, though, any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
First and foremost, the All-Star Racing with Albert, of course. Jack, I know, I think Burke's having internet issues. So you should shout out to them. I appreciate Albert helping me out some, and then of course everything that Lori does for VRL, and you know, I'm excited to be here. Extremely blessed. I've been having a great season, and also to y'all. Broadcast is just outstanding. As Albert says, it's top shelf type of stuff. So a huge shout out to y'all, and yeah, I miss y'all on the track. I know I say that multiple times, but it's true. But y'all are doing a great job in the booth.
No, man, hey, we appreciate the kind words on that. We look forward to seeing you at Talladega, man. Congratulations again on making the Final Four.
All right, guys. Sounds good.
All right.
Good night.
You too. That's your second place finisher, Dylan Bryant. Really close second place as well. Moving up to the top step of the podium, we have Mr. Craig Goodenough. Hey, Craig, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yeah, we got you.
Hey, man, what a nail biter of a finish. Incredible job. You getting that undercut, I think, was the key to this victory. But what was it like from behind the wheel, and was that the key for you?
Yeah, I gotta owe that one to Player, our strategist on the team. He called it. He said, "Hey, let's stack a set of tires in the pits for a late caution, and then we're pitting on these laps, and let's stick to it." And he says, just work your way up there close to the top 5, and I think this undercut will hang out and work. Just save your tires on your run. Try to get by them out on the track when they're on pit road, and I definitely think that played a big factor. I didn't get to save as much tire as I wanted to at the beginning because I was behind a little bit to get by him while he was still sitting on pit road. So I was a little nervous. That's what I think kind of got him towards me. But I have all but respect for Dylan on that coming off 4 to the finish. I mean, we roughed each other up a little bit, but we definitely made sure that both of us made it to the finish.
Yeah, I mean, that's key. Take care of each other. Make sure you get to that line. Both of you were definitely in the playoff championship 4 at that point. Didn't want any last turn shenanigans to take you out. But man, did you think he was going to get that kind of run on you coming out of 4? I don't know if you know this or if I mentioned it already, but it showed up as zeros on the timing tower as the margin of victory. And then looking at my telemetry in the background, it comes out to be a 0.01. You probably can't get much closer than that.
No, just 1,000th, not even close. I was congratulating him on the radio. Because I looked to my inner monitor and I was like, he's ahead. Because we separated and I just held it wide. I was like, I think he's ahead. So I instantly, as we come across the line there, I was congratulating him, and everybody on my team's like, no, you got it. And I was like, holy cow, can't believe it. Incredibly close, man. Congratulations. Hey, Ricky, what do you have for our champion tonight?
Hey, a really good run tonight, Craig. That was strong. I guess the main thing I was going to ask is, when you went into 3 and 4 and you was side by side, was there any moment where you thought, if I just left, I know that I'm in the playoffs, or was you just going to hold it wide open and hope for the best?
Racer and me couldn't give it. I was like, I'm either checkers or wreckers, but if we make it out of turn 4, I want to make it to the finish line at least in second. So that's kind of what my thought process was a little bit. I knew he found something at some point coming into 3 that I couldn't quite figure out by looking in the mirror, but he would gain consistently on entry. So I figured it was coming, but I just didn't know how heavy the run was going to be.
Wow, hey man, so incredible run, great entertainment for us to be able to watch that kind of a finish, clean as it was as well. But before we let you go and get on to Talladega coming up next, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Of course, Team Orangutan, got Kevin Hunt, Dustin Eaton, and Andy Player. Those guys are always supportive, willing to practice, put all the time in, even give some of their secrets. So I appreciate them. And then, of course, everybody out in YouTube land that watches and likes everything and sticks around to watch these digital cars go around the racetrack. And you guys up in the booth for putting everything on, and Lori for putting up for all our shenanigans. She's got a lot to deal with to wrestle us all here every week, so I appreciate that.
No, man, hey, we appreciate you and the incredible entertainment you're providing us. You did have some fans out there in the chat. You'll be able to see it in the replay. But good luck, man, as you head off to Talladega and get in the fight for this 3-race round of the playoffs.
Hey, sounds great. Thanks, everybody.
All right, buddy. Take care.
You too.
And that was your champion tonight, Mr. Craig Goodenough, bringing it home. First place. I mean, what were your thoughts on the race here, Ricky?
That was not at all what I expected. It was really clean after those first 2 cautions, a lot of strategy. Come down to the end, I really thought it was going to be more Katie bar the door and white knuckle than it turned out to be. But it was a really interesting race.
Yeah, not for sure, man. But thanks, Ricky, for being here and calling this race with me tonight. It was a lot of fun. I want to thank the audience out there and everybody in the chat for participating with us. Make sure if you enjoy this type of event on Wednesday and Friday nights, you like and subscribe and maybe hit that notification bell so you never miss one of these events. But with that, folks, we're off to Talladega to start the Championship 4 round. I'm down for it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a 3-race championship round. Whoever comes out on top in points is going to hoist the VRL Cup as the overall league champion for season 12. It will also be the final 3 races of the contender chase, and we talked to the current leader, which is the number 6 of Trevor Robertson, just expanding his lead at this point here tonight, bringing it home in 3rd position. But until we get to Talladega, race fans, please remember, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.